All right, so I told you guys I was gonna make a video of 75 hard Q&A, the most common questions that I get. If you guys have seen it on my Instagram, which is at Emily Frisella, I have a highlight section of the common questions and answers there, so you can always go back and reference that. I'm gonna answer some of the same, some new ones that you guys submitted on my poll that I did, or my Q&A on Instagram a couple weeks ago. So I'm just getting a chance to make this video. So I'm just gonna kind of roll through them. I took screenshots of all of them and answer probably 10 to 12 on here for you guys and go from there. So, all right, first one is, you know what? Let me preface this. If you don't know what 75 Hard is, go to 75hard.com and you'll find all the information there. If you are a new viewer to this and you haven't heard of it before, there's also a full book that explains it all, the 75 Hard book. It's available at andyfrisella.com. You can grab it there. So we're gonna roll through these, and if you guys have any questions in regards to these or other questions, just drop them in the comments and I will get to them as soon as I can. So first question is, now if you know 75 Hard, you know you have to stick to a diet. There's no cheat days, no alcohol for 75 days. It says, do you focus on your protein first or do you hit all your macros every day? So if you're doing a macro-based diet on 75 Hard, you need to do a clean macro diet. It's not this eat pizza as long as it fits your macros diet. You need to have some discipline there. This is what it is. It's a mental toughness program. It's gonna teach you these really good habits through these 75 days. And if you mess up and you go off your diet, you have to start back over on day 1, even if you're on day 74. So there's a big driver there to stay on course so you don't have to start back over on day 1. So when I do macros, always, whether I'm on program or not, I always try to hit my protein first because that's usually the hardest number for people to hit, is because we require so much protein. I eat about 145 to 150 grams of protein a day. I get that through protein powder, protein bars, and eating lean protein, which is lean beef, chicken, or shrimp for dinner usually. I eat occasionally salmon or fish. So yes, you want to focus on your protein, but you need to make sure you're hitting all of your macros every day for the best benefits. I always say a macro diet is more like a science project where it's better than a calorie counting diet because you're getting the exact amount of protein, carbs, and fat your body requires, and not just the actual calories as a whole, because we all know that you could hit your calories by eating Twinkies and Coke every day. So the macros really make you hone in and get your nutrition down pat. Next question is, let's see here. What are some of your books that you recommend reading on 75 Hard? Part of 75 Hard is to read 10 pages of a personal development, self-improvement style book every single day. So you're gonna go through, the average person goes through about 3 books, depending on the size, obviously, during the 75 Hard program. So I grabbed some of my favorites here. So they are The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. Jen Sincero, You Are a Badass at Making Money. Her other book, You Are a Badass, is great. I loaned it out a while back and I've never got it returned, so I don't have that one to pull for you guys. But Jen Sincero, You Are a Badass at Making Money. The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. This is great. It's about getting out of limiting beliefs. This is great. I've recommended this. If you've done 75 Hard, if you follow me on Instagram, I've recommended this several times. I've read this book about 3 times. It's called Atomic Habits by James Clear. John Maxwell, I love all of his books. This Leadership book is one of his newer books. It's absolutely excellent, whether you are the leader of your company or a leader within your organization, manager, or you're looking to level up. This is a great book to read. And then The Leader's Greatest Return by John C. Maxwell as well. So these are some of my favorite books that I always recommend for people for self-development and personal growth. So with the 75 Hard program, you have to read physical books, or it could be like a Kindle. It cannot be an audiobook. I just want to make that very clear. No audiobooks are allowed. It has to be intentional reading, because a lot of times when we listen to things, that's more passive information where you can be sidetracked and distracted and not necessarily retain all the information that you are being given. So next is, let's see here. Let's see here. Okay, the gallon of water a day. So you do have to drink a gallon of water. Can I add flavoring to it, sugars, anything like that? No, it does not count if it can't be the water you mix with your protein or the water you mix that's in iced tea. It can't be water with Mio or Crystal Light in it. It has to be plain regular water you get from the tap or from a bottle or whatever. You need pure 1 gallon of water a day. It is not that hard. A lot of people get very intimidated by that. But if you have a classic size bottle of water, that's just 8 of those a day. So set a time frame. If you're up for 16 hours a day, within 8 hours, you have to drink 4 bottles, and the following 8 hours, you drink 4 bottles. So that's half a bottle every hour. Not too bad. Yes, you're going to go to the bathroom more at first, but I promise you, you will get used to that. So, okay. Where can I buy Andy's book? It's been sold out for a while. It's back in stock. It's this one here. It's andyfrisella.com. You can find it there. Okay, let's see here. What is the biggest piece of advice for 75 hard? Okay, don't overthink it or try to overcomplicate it. People often think because there are a set of rules, they try to get on those on a super micro level. They're very simple. You drink a gallon of water a day. You follow a diet. No cheat meals. No alcohol. You do a 45-minute workout outside. You do another 45-minute workout either indoors or outdoors. They need to be several hours apart. You can't work out in the gym and then walk out the door and go for a 45-minute walk. That doesn't count. You need to make sure that they are spaced out, because the whole thing with this program is to teach you time management. That's one thing that a lot of people take away from this. That's my biggest, would probably be my biggest piece of advice, as far as like, realize how much you're able to get done in a day, because I've had women that are, they have 7 children, like smaller young kids, like preteen or less, and there's seven of them. They're still able to manage everything and get it all done, because again, it takes that thought process and planning of your time management. So you need to ensure that you're not overcomplicating it. Really assess your time and inventory, because a lot of us waste a lot more time than we realize, and this program really allows you to see how much you're actually capable of, not just to achieve all the tasks that are required for the program, but how much more you can get done in your day and how much more you can advance as a person or in your career by really learning time management. So if you're out of town, does eating out count as a cheat meal and if you order clean? If you're traveling or you go out, this should not impact your social life. If your friends go out to a bar, and if you do want to go, if you know you can be strong in that situation, not cheat, have some water. That's totally fine. Or have, get, a diet Sprite or something like that, or a diet Coke, whatever it might be. If you go out to eat, all you have to do is, every single restaurant will do this. If whatever item they have, order, I want grilled chicken with no butter, with no butter, oil on it. Get some steamed or grilled veggies, and then a baked potato, not loaded, obviously. Get, if you needed a little butter on it, put butter on the side, or order it dry. It's very easy to make this work within your regular routine. You just have to think that out, as far as like, you don't want to go through McDonald's drive-through, clearly, but if you're going through, Chick-fil-A, get grilled nuggets and, and fruit. That's what you can do. There's always a way around this, so don't overthink it or think that you're doomed and you have to stay locked indoors for 75 days. That's not what this is about. It's about learning this program to allow it to be a lifetime success for you, because with the whole program of 75 hard, it's 75 days of this program. Then you go into phase 1, which is 30 days, and then you wait 30 days in between that gap. Then you're allowed to start phase 2, and then you can start phase 3 30 days before the anniversary day of the first day you started 75 hard in that calendar year. So if you started 75 hard March 5th, you would be able to start phase 3 February 5th, so you complete it on the day you first started 75 hard. So it's built to be a year-round program, which is in its entirety is called the Live Hard program. Okay, let's see here. So many questions. Let's see here. Books, websites, or apps on how to count macros, or where to count macros. So their First Form has an app called My Transformation, starts today. It's transformation with a P in it. And that's really great. And it will calculate your macros for you. I do not recommend just randomly getting online and like Googling how to calculate your macros, because what happens is there's not enough information that you give in order to get a response back. So if you're someone that normally would eat 900 calories a day, so you're under eating, you need to get that level up. But if you go on these sites, sometimes they'll give you 2,700 calories when they don't know what your activity level is, how much you're working out, what are you doing, what's your daily routine like. So through the My Transformation app, not only does it ask you a lot of in-depth questions like that, but you also get to work with a coach for free. So if you have questions or anything, they're able to help you out and guide you. So that's what I would recommend for that, to take advantage of that. It's free. It's absolutely wonderful. So, okay. What does your daily diet look like? for me, when I'm doing 75 hard, it's usually, I'm not ever really hungry in the morning. I will eat a little something. So that could be oatmeal and a protein shake, or I'll have a level 1 protein bar. Then I will work out, and then I'll have 2 scoops of Formula 1. I'll have 2 scoops of OptiGreens 50, and then I'll also add a scoop of the new collagen product that First Form came out with. I'll have that, and then about 30 to 45 minutes later, I'll have something for lunch, whether it be a salad with some protein on it, or if I'm busy and on the go, it might be some sea salt edamame, and because it's got my proteins and a little bit of fats in there. And I mean, I will grab literally whatever. It'll be like some slim cheese sticks, some edamame, and then maybe some like protein dippers or something along those lines. I just do kind of like a makeshift deal. I get a majority of my calories at night though with dinner, where I'll have like chicken or shrimp with some rice and vegetables, or I'll make tacos with like lean beef, and then I'll do a portion of like tortilla chips with it. So it can be very flexible, but I still keep it, clean. I don't get like greasy, like fatty foods. I do try to cut back on dairy a little bit when I'm doing the program, just because I do feel like it helps reserve some of those calories and those fats. And plus I notice the difference in my skin when I'm not eating a lot of dairy. So, all right, let's see here. Hey, just wondering if the 75 Hard app allows you to track phase 1. Yes, the 75 Hard app that's on Apple and Android devices, it does progress you through to all the 3 phases. So yes, that is possible on the app. So let's see here. I like there's a lot of them that are similar, but some are pretty funny. Does walking count as an outdoor workout? Yes, but it has to be like walking with intention, not just like a casual stroll while you're like playing on your phone and not really paying attention to what's in front of you. So, and that's one thing too though, guys, with your outdoor workout, that's became my favorite part, even in the winter when it was raining, is to be outside. I would never wear earbuds. I would not listen to anything. I would turn my phone on silent and just put it in my pocket and use it only as like an emergency if I needed something. But I never even looked at it once, and it almost became like a therapeutic time because it was just me and my thoughts. It was peaceful. Like again, even though it could be pouring down rain on me, I just found it really, really relaxing for me. And then if it got to be late at night, this is another thing too. Like sometimes I would do my workouts, I would be speaking and I would fly home. I'd get home at midnight, and then I'd get home, unpack, say hi to Andy, and then I would have to go out and do my outdoor workout because when my flight left and there was just not enough time. So I have a stationary bike, and I would pull that out into my driveway, so I'd be outside in the weather, and I would ride a stationary bike for 45 minutes as my outdoor workout. So that's another idea, because obviously I didn't want to be walking around the streets at 2 a.m. to get my outdoor workout. And so that's another option. Or you can also go outside and do, like yoga or do some weights or something like that outside in your driveway. It doesn't necessarily have to be like a distance type of a workout. So, okay, what supplements are best to decrease bloating, inflammation while doing this program? So you don't really have that while you're on the program. Some people might, just because they're not used to it, and they might feel like a little bloated because they're trying to drink more water, which I believe that's where this is directed from. And so with that and the inflammation, because you're obviously working out a lot, the OptiGreens 50 is what you want. It is absolutely wonderful. I mix it in with the Loop-De-Fruit Formula 1 protein. You can mix it in with tea, plain water, juice, whatever it is. It's great at that. And like literally within like 20 or 30 minutes, the bloating will be gone. You'll feel a million times better, and it just keeps you feeling like really like awake and like light feeling. So, all right. Let's see here. Do you do cardio every day or incorporate it with weight training? So for my workouts, my indoor workout was always weightlifting, always. Unless I was super sore for some reason, then I would do like indoor yoga, or I would just like walk on the treadmill or ride the bike. For my outdoor workout, I usually would go for a walk, unless I just felt like I just felt sore. Sometimes yoga would be both workouts that day. So I would usually do a yoga workout twice a week inside, just to give my body a little bit of a break. And then outside, I would just go for my walk, which I still always found great because it kept my muscles moving and kept them warm. So yoga is totally fine for that if you needed just like a little bit of a break. And weight training was a daily thing for me, nearly about 5 to 6 days a week, and then always doing cardio. So let's see here. Where did you learn everything you know about nutrition? After I sold my business, my first business, which was a flower shop and gift boutique, I helped a friend out at her gym, and I became the GM of that gym. And I had to go down to Texas to get certified in exercise physiology and kinesiology, and then I was teaching nutrition. So I taught nutrition at the gym that I worked at. So that's how I got into nutrition. Let's see here. Okay, energy. I need energy. I'm struggling every time I'm reading and throughout the day. Okay, so a lot of people say that like when they read, they start to get too relaxed and they start to get tired. They don't really want to do anything after that. You need to sense your energy, and this is with everything. Figure out when you feel the best. Like if you feel best working out in the morning, then get up and work out in the morning. If you know after work every day you're so tired you don't want to work out, then don't plan on working out then, because your percentage of failure is going to increase then. So you want to make sure that you're tapping on those energy levels where if you're at work, take your book with you and read it at lunch every day. Make that part of your routine where while I eat, I'm reading, because then you're not just sitting there reading with nothing else to do. You're actively like eating, reading. You can take notes about what you're reading or highlight in the book, because that way you're actually having something else to do, but it's not requiring any mental activity from you, but you're still able to capture what and retain the information you're reading in the book. So that's a little tip you can try. I just spit on myself. Okay. Let's see here. Which first form pre-workout do you prefer and why? I personally use the Alpha Crete HD in the orange flavor. I like it. It's a non-stimulant pre-workout. I don't do well with stimulants, so I prefer that one because it is stimulant free, which is also great if not only if you're stimulant, you have a sensitivity to stimulants like I do, but if you work out late at night, it's great because it's going to give you that energy that you need to get going and get you that pump and everything, but it's not going to keep you awake. So you'll be able to work out at 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night and still be able to go home, take a shower, and go to bed. Let's see here. A lot of you guys are asking about macros and percentages. Get the My Transformation app. That's going to help you out immensely. Let's see here. All right. Would you suggest 75 hard during pregnancy? This is something you're going to need to consult your physician on, as everybody's pregnancies can be different, if there's any risk factors or anything involved, or if you've had any problems with it. So ask your doctor, tell them about the program, and they will let you know. Has there been women that have been pregnant on 75 hard? Yes, there's been women that have been, 75 hard ended like a couple days before they gave birth, or they've been in the early stages of pregnancy. And so yes, they have done it, but every single person is different, and therefore, you have to check with your doctor on that. All right. Let's see here. How do I handle food cravings while on 75 hard? That is the crazy thing. Once you get in the program, you actually kind of lose those cravings. The first 12 days, you're so motivated and everything, but you'll still maybe kind of want those little cravings a little bit. But then after that, I feel like it doesn't even sound good to you anymore. And when I started the program the very first time back in March 2019, I thought like this was going to be something where when it ended, you would want to have a certain food, but you don't. You just don't even have the taste for it anymore. I will say the hardest days for me were around day 50 to 56, simply because that's whenever I felt the most lethargic, the most tired, hungry, wanting bad food. But then every day that I would like progress and not, go off the program, I gained that momentum back. And then by day 57, it was like that didn't even happen. So and I've noticed that a pattern with a lot of people that have been done the program. It's always around that 50 to 55 day mark where things get tough and you just got to push through because you're so close to the end. So, but if I have at first I did have cravings. It was mainly for like salty foods, like chips and stuff, but they passed. I mean, it's really just down to like the mental mindset of like, do I really want it, or is it just because I'm not supposed to have it and that's why I'm craving it? So it's kind of asking yourself those questions. How many times have I completed 75 hard? I've done it twice. I've done the full program once, and I plan to do it again the beginning of the year. Let's see here. All right, meal prep tips. I actually have a whole episode of that with Mindy and I on my podcast, Food in Session. We do meal prep tips in order to save you time in the kitchen. So I'd recommend going to that episode. I'm not sure the reference. It's pretty recent. I think it's around the 160s, somewhere in that episode range. And that'd be the best place to listen to meal prep tips because I think we shared like a dozen of them. So they're good time-saving tips for you while you do this. So, all right. Let's see. Do you continue to do the tasks when you're not on the program? Yeah, I do. It's something that it's become a lifestyle for me, where some days I'm not able to do both workouts, but I do stay on a diet. I don't eat cheat meals. I don't drink alcohol. And plus Andy's doing it. He's on day 59 of 75 hard right now. So when you're, that's always a good thing too, is like the support of your spouse. So even though I'm not on the program with him, I still partake in it as if I were. So we eat the same foods every day, and we're eating very clean. We don't really go out that often, obviously with everything going on in the world right now with COVID and things like that. It makes it another little obstacle. But I stay on the program, and it's just like I said, it's become a lifestyle. When you do it so much, you realize how good you feel. And that's what I think too, is a lot of people don't realize how good they're designed to actually feel, because we're so used to putting even just how much sugar you have, or how much dairy you have, or junk food, or snacks, or processed foods and things like that, and don't get me wrong, I like that stuff too. It's not like I'm all super only whole foods and things like that. But it's something where when you actually start to get away from that, you realize how much of a better operator you are. Not just how good you feel internally, but externally. But you're more productive because you don't have just junk clouding your brain. Let's see here. Man, you guys have a lot of things. Oh, do I post workouts anywhere daily? I have a lot of workouts on my website, fithomeandhealth.com. You can check them out, and they're also on my Pinterest, and they're great at home or at a gym that you can do if some people aren't back in the gym yet. That's a really good place to look for those. So, okay, how do I get more fat into my macros? Struggling with it on phase 1. So if you're looking for more fats, look for things like olive oils, avocado oil. You want healthy fats. You don't just want to eat, sausage and cheese. Make sure that you're looking for healthy fat options. And also fish oil supplements are great as well to help get those fats in there. So let's see here. I think that is pretty good. How much time are we on, Tony?
24 minutes.
Oh, okay, it's doing 24 minutes, guys. I'm 4 minutes over what I planned on to be. So anyway, all right, guys, so there's still several pages of questions, but I'll go through and we might do a part 2. If you want to get some more questions answered, go to my Instagram again, check out the highlights for the 75 hard Q&A, and you can find a lot of the answers to your questions there. And I appreciate you guys watching.